opportunity to participate because it was really nice to engage in discussions with all the other students, and yeah, I feel very honored to receive this award.
It was an eye-opening experience to be able to see how others express themselves and how they had their own thoughts and achievements.
I think it was having a really balanced portfolio, so not just academics but also community service, being in sports teams, that kind of thing, and also being able to really express my own views in the group discussion section instead of just kind of repeating other people's points but actually adding insight and building on them.
It's just part of our ethos. We obviously want our kids to be good students, you know, that's why they're here, but we talk all the time about being good people as well, right? And, you know, character education being a part of it and being balanced, which is a big part of the IB learner profile. So I think, you know, what we do is we provide the opportunities. So we have, outside of a great academic program, we've got a number of opportunities thanks to the teachers who volunteer to run clubs and service opportunities for our kids. But they have to take advantage of it. So, you know, there's an old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Like we create the opportunity for them to get involved, and these two girls have just really taken it upon themselves to take full advantage of those opportunities that are available. So the school provides the opportunity, but they're the ones that got to make it happen.
Something that Mr. Coates already alluded to is character education. How do we really get students to truly embrace those activities and really, you know, like take ownership of them? So I know Alice has been very involved in blood drive, and so really kind of taking involved, playing an active role in that, and really helping others. And I suppose it's because if students truly are interested or truly feel a sense of belonging, that's when they really thrive, and that cannot be better said than these two young ladies who truly embraced everything that they do.
Said in there really a lot of clubs that I joined and a lot of opportunities that BSA has provided for me. So for example, I'm a member of the Maths Team Class Club, and it really started from being a member of the ethos class back when I was year 6 or 7, and that led me to really nurture my interest in mathematics and also introduced me to a bunch of different math competitions like the Math Olympiad or the NEMAC and CMAC competitions, which really allowed me to kind of explore maths in a different way, communicate with my peers and discuss how to approach different math problems and how to go about solving complex problems, and also be able to go on these competitions, which allowed me to meet students from other countries and also work on math problems together.
When we recruit teachers, you know, we don't just look for teachers that are good in their subject area. We also look for what added value they're going to bring. So for example, we might be looking for a new math teacher, but if it's a math teacher that also has a lot of experience, you know, running those clubs and those teams and going to those competitions, we actively try to get those people. Or if we're looking for somebody who has a passion and an interest in service, you know, maybe they're a geography teacher, but if they also have a history of running clubs where they get kids involved and engaged in doing service work, we'll take them over another teacher who doesn't do that because they just bring those opportunities to the school. So we're always looking, it's always like, what else can you do other than just teaching your class, right? And I think it's really the teachers who volunteer to run those clubs, right, are really the ones that deserve a lot of the credit.
So I've been participating in, well, previously for the service activities in Kids for Kids, because I really enjoy working with kids because, through that activity I was able to read to them. It was a buddy reading program, and the kids were able to learn English where they came from less fortunate families in Hong Kong, and that was really gratifying, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, absolutely. And something that VSA is doing at the moment is with the year 9s and later on for the later cohorts, we are have a Spark program, which is a student enrichment program for those who have shown potential. And for this year's year 9, we've started it, and they do something called the Passion Project, where they're basically not assessed, that it's not going to appear on the report card, but they work on something that they're truly passionate about. And Jessie here is part of the Spark program. So Jessie, I know you probably may not have very solid thoughts, but can you give an indication of what you would like to do for these couple of months?
For my Spark program, I plan to do a campaign program for cultural preservation. It's called Proud to be Chinese, and it aims to help the youth to go back to their roots and to familiarize themselves with the many years of cultural heritage.
I think one of the key parts of IB is that they've always placed an emphasis on being an all-rounded learner and also VSA as well. And I think that was really important because especially now there's an emphasis not on only developing knowledge but also all the soft skills and people skills, and I think that's what IB and all its CAS experiences that they advocate for really lets us to do, because I think really it's all the CAS experiences of being in a student council, leading a committee, of hosting meetings, that really allowed me to develop leadership and communication skills, and I do think that is to some extent more important than the knowledge that we learn.
I believe that the approach to learning as well, for example the ATL skills and the IB learner profile, has helped me to realize and recognize that these are some of the skills that I should be aiming to possess as well, as it would help me in the real world and growing up. I think that those were things that really helped shape.
I'm glad Jessie was able to talk about the approaches to learning where kind of different skills are being promoted, like thinking skills, communication skills. I mean, any school can treat these as buzzwords, but the fact that Jessie was able to kind of like talk about it, incorporate it in her learning, means that those are truly kind of exemplified in our teaching in VSA. And these are kind of like higher order skills where it may not appear in other maybe more traditional schools where content is more emphasized. And so it's kind of like the emphasis on these metacognitive skills, which really kind of builds the whole rounded, thoughtful people that these ladies are today.
I think it definitely made the transition a lot smoother because maybe in local school, primary schools, there might be more of an emphasis on the knowledge and building kind of the foundations for secondary. So I think the teaching style might be more like spoon-fed teaching style, whereas from PYP, there was always an emphasis on developing being an independent thinker, developing inquiry skills, research skills. For example, the Year 5 exhibition was a project where we had to entirely research the topic, only pick the topic ourselves, and there wasn't a lot of teacher teaching the content to us, but us just exploring our own interests. And I think that really helped because in MYP and DP and so on, these research skills and inquiry skills are really important.
So we're able to familiarize ourselves with the learning approaches, and through the projects that we do, that we're able to build up on our knowledge as well as our skills, as Alice said, and that really helps with MYP currently, and I believe that it will definitely help a lot during DP as well.
I'm also applying for biomedical sciences, and if I do become a doctor in the future, I would want to participate in research as well, and that is something that I think the IB and particularly the EE has allowed me to kind of explore to determine whether or not I'd really be interested, because for my EE I did a biology EE on the antibacterial effects of essential oils, and that was kind of my first time doing an independent research project, the whole way from picking what variables I want to investigate, designing the whole experiment, and doing the full write-up. So that really allowed me to kind of get a taste of what that would be like, to see if I would be interested in doing something similar in the future.
Before I joined a program, which it was an extracurricular program, and it was talking about the basics of law, and I also joined MUN, and I think that has also helped create this, not necessarily passion, but this interest for law.
we've also supported students with different aspirations and given them a platform to do so, such as the fact that we have a really good counseling team in kind of figure out what they want to do in the early days and not in kind of like the later days in year 11. In the Oxford the VSA Oxford summer school that we have modules in both law and medicine that we offer to students, and a lot of other events that we actually do. So I guess I'm really pleased for Alice. She's kind of like found her out, and of course Jessie will continue working with that and see where that brings you.
So many of the qualities that are really important to us as a school and as a community, and you make us proud.